After 15 years, Star Wars was back. The beloved sci-fi franchise was back in a huge way. Thousands of crazed and rabid fans flooded movie theaters just to catch a glimpse of Darth Maul's sick-looking double-bladed lightsaber. In fact, thousands of moviegoers went to screenings of the film Meet Joe Black just for the trailer and then walked right out. Imagine that, people paying $5, that's right, back when it was that cheap, just for a trailer.
Are there any of you that think this is going to be a lousy movie?
Lucasfilm's servers crashed as the entire internet tried to download the clip. They logged over 3.5 million downloads, breaking all internet records and probably blowing up several dial-up modems. The hype around the film was massive, but you think that is crazy? Jump another 16 years to Black Friday 2014, when the Force Awakens teaser trailer dropped to over 88 million hungry Star Wars fans.
Have you felt it?
And the game has changed. We've got teaser trailers, teasers for teaser trailers, reaction videos reacting to reaction videos, fan remakes, remixes, reviews, breakdowns, and more. The fandom of Star Wars has created a dense network of participatory culture, where Star Wars fans, from nerds in their basements to professional film critics, come together to create a ton of content. And this is not just limited to Star Wars, but to all blockbuster movie franchises. And the way it is now, the big movie studios in Hollywood have us promoting their movies for them. I mean, just think about it. The studios feed us content, and we stuff our faces. We run with it and keep the cycle going. With social media, this process becomes a hotbed for hype culture. But why is this content so compelling? I mean, that 90-second Star Wars trailer rocked, but what made it so good? What made it so easy to create new content based on it? It's because of the conventions of the trailer. Yeah, that's right. The bwah sound, the super catchy narration.
What will you do if they break you?
That intense music you've got stuck in your head. These features have transformed the modern blockbuster into a cookie-cutter template for marketing success. They are all the same. They all look the same too. You'll see a bunch of slow-mo shots, sweeping aerials, lens flares, a couple nonchalant $1 million VFX shots, and so on. They also tend to throw in a few teasing and provocative images that will stoke discussion across the interwebs. You see, at the end of the day, it's all about capturing the sense of epic. All that eye candy sure doesn't tell us much, but it sure looks pretty sweet. And it's important. Way back in the Stone Age, I mean the 1940s, trailers like The Grapes of Wrath were visually underwhelming and pretty boring. In today's 15-minute culture, we need some pizzazz to keep us hooked. In fact, you'll probably see some of the best shots of the movie in the trailer. But it's not just the shots, it's how they're all layered together. Like the quick cuts with the action set pieces. Even the way they present action is the same. And while the visuals are powerful, the lack of visuals can create a powerful contrast. And you can't just have black without. You have to cut to black with a really cool sound effect. These sounds are helpful in establishing the sound of the movie's world. It also creates a no-shame way for editors to cut to the next shot in a hard-hitting manner. By now, the Inception sledgehammer has become heavily parodied. But the technique is still widely used. Like horror films, the trailer relies heavily on sound to emphasize and surprise. It has to create moments of quiet to earn moments of loud.
You live, you fight as brothers. Remember.
It perfectly anticipates the audience's reaction and uses sound to create an atmosphere that enhances that reaction of, "Oh my gosh, that was so amazing!" And of course, trailer music is what ties the trailer together. It is the underlying structure that stays constant throughout a turbulent mixture of images. Earlier trailers, like the one for Batman, had no music and played pretty flat.
And what do you do for a living?
Lieutenant, is there a 6-foot bat in Gotham City?
Nice outfit.
It has nothing to cut to, nothing to interact with, no emotion. Modern trailers rise and surge with the tone and emotion of the clips. This allows the trailer creators to stamp any tone they see fit onto the trailer that may or may not reflect the film itself.
What's going Stop, get off, man! No!
Music may give the trailer life, but the trailer still requires a voice.
Are you threatening me, Master Jedi?
While we've moved away from the super deep voice guide telling us in a world,
In a world, in the year 2017,
In a time of tradition.
in a city where anything can happen, in the deep south,
narration is still used heavily. And there's been an important shift with this. Before, narrators told us what's up.
it's Christmas Eve in LA.
They had to take us out of the world of the movie in order to explain the story.
And New York cop John McClane has come to see his wife. Instead, he's going to have to save her.
Modern studios keep us within the world of the film.
Who did this? Remember Owen Shaw? This is his big bad brother. He's a special forces assassin. They created a monster.
But that doesn't make it free of cliches either. These voiceovers tend to be intensely vague.
You were made to be ruled.
I'm gonna show you something beautiful.
And they could almost fit under any other movie.
But with every new discovery, there is risk. There is sacrifice. And there are consequences.
See, this narration tends to fall in line with a common narrative template. This template builds from slow cooking tension to a boiling over crockpot of excitement. The slow beginning introduces our characters and their situation. We learn who they are and why they are important.
There was an idea to bring together a group of remarkable people. So when we needed them, they could fight the battles that we never could.
Then, as we learn the conflict, we are treated to an exciting montage of powerful, crazy cuts of energy. In that way, these trailers have their own 2.5-act structure. We have exposition, confrontation, and a half climax that leads to a cliffhanger like this.
What will you become?
This leaves us teased and excited to learn more about the story. It builds and then deflates, letting us catch our breath before leaving us with a hook that will snare us back into the movie theater to pay for a ticket and an oversized buttery bucket of popcorn. It's a combination of all these traits that make the modern film trailer into a cookie-cutter template that can pump out content for any franchise. This content drops into the waiting arms of the internet. They then can create a truckload of participatory media. This massive bounty of new content keeps social media buzzing with excitement and hype. This creates a culture that markets content to itself. We create fever-pitch expectations after a 90-second trailer that a 90-minute movie just can't sustain. But we aren't too worried about that. We just saw another trailer, another teaser. We move on from one film to the next, consuming trailers faster than we can swallow. We create a culture that anticipates, then forgets. The hype that was so carefully crafted by studio executives is so quickly forgotten as the internet machine moves on to devour another fandom. But this isn't all bad. It gives us ownership of Blockbuster promotional content. We have a say in how the movie is marketed and received. We can encourage an honest relationship between us and the studios to create trailers that accurately depict a film. Trailers that build genuine excitement, not inflated hype. Trailers that don't have to be overanalyzed in order for meaning to be found. Trailers that earn our trust.